The NBA draft is tomorrow night in Brooklyn. A trio of local players could hear their names called. St. John's graduate Vincent Williams and Bowling Green's 𝗦𝗀𝗶𝗵𝗵 are both being mentioned as possible second-round selections. Toledo Rocket Ryan Rollins projected to go as early as the first round. Our Mark Kuhn sat down with the 6'4" guard in his hometown to discuss the last few months and the next few hours.
We're in Detroit with Ryan Rollins, about 24 hours away from the NBA draft. And Ryan, what is going through your mind right now? I got to think it's partially excitement, anxiousness, maybe a little bit of nervousness, relief that this process is almost over?
Yeah, it's for sure. For sure, excitement and relief, for sure. Just excited that I'm gonna hear my name called. It's been a long process, so just a relief of all the combines and workouts that I've been to. So just all that, it's going to be exciting for sure.
I think back in March and April when you decided you were going to put your name in the draft, the conventional wisdom was he was just testing the waters. He'll be back at UT next season. What was going through your mind? Were you surprised with the way you've performed in the combine that made this more or less more of an easy decision for you to go ahead and pursue this next level?
No, I was kind of 100% in from the jump. You know, I knew that once the GMs and the front offices got to see me in the combines and the workouts and stuff, that they were going to see what I was made of and that I was pretty good. So, you know, it was just, I wasn't surprised at what I did. You know, I was kind of confident that I was going to do that. So I was just proud of myself a little bit.
A lot of people are calling you a sleeper, that you might move up into the back end of the first round. Do you think you're a sleeper?
Yeah, a little bit, just because, you know, I was from a mid-major, so I'm always going to have a little sleeper title. But I think I proved in the workouts and the stuff that yeah, I'm one of the better players in the draft. I think so. So, yeah.
How much motivation do you take from other mid-major guys who have gone on to the NBA, now are established stars?
Yeah, for sure. Guys like, you know, Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Stephen Curry, all those guys that are superstars now that came from mid-majors, just paved the way for me, guys like me, for sure.
What is the knock on mid-majors?
I think it's usually just the competition that you're playing against, because it's not a Power 5 team or a Big Blue or whatever, so they think the competition isn't that tough, but it's still D1. Everybody plays hard, they compete, they're trying to win. So, I mean, that's probably the real reason, but I don't believe it's true.
Growing up in Detroit, I'm sure you dreamed of this day, of becoming an NBA basketball player, but you can't just dream about it. You got to put the work in. Take us through some of the work you've put in throughout the last 10 years to get to this point.
Last 10 years, it's been a lot. You know, countless shots, countless hours in the gym, a lot of sweat, tears that come with this. It's for sure been a process, you know, but at the end, here I am now about to get drafted eventually, so it's just, it pays off in the end for sure.
University of Toledo has not had a player in the NBA for almost 20 years, more than 20 years. Do you feel pressure of being the Rocket to end that drought?
No, it's not pressure, it's just, it's a blessing, honestly, just to be in this position. So I wouldn't say it's pressure, it's just, you know, God blessed me, so I'm gonna take it. I'm appreciative for sure.
2.5 years when you went down to Toledo, how did you and 𝗦𝗀𝗀𝗶𝗵𝗵𝗁 work together to get to this point?
It was like the recruiting process before I even went up there, just him putting out a plan for me to, you know, what my years were gonna look like. It was a little quicker than what most people thought, but yeah, he just put out a plan for me. He said I was gonna come in and play right away, which I did. So he just set out a plan and a foundation for me to be successful, which is what I did.
Take us through that plan. What was that plan for you?
Well, he had actually like an actual plan. So it was like for me to come in my first year, start, win freshman of the year, you know, get invited to the little camps and whatnot, sophomore year, just improve on that, first team All-MAC. And then it was planned for me on our junior, senior year to, you know, declare for the draft, see what it is with that. But, you know, it happened a little bit earlier, so, you know, it's a blessing for sure.
We started to hear the buzz throughout this past season. In February, we were hearing about, oh, there's NBA scouts coming to UT games to get an eye on Ryan. What did you start to pick up on? When did you start to pick up on that buzz, and how quickly did you make that decision then?
I didn't make my real decision until after the season was over, because I was mainly focused on the season and just trying to get to the tournament. But, you know, it was scouts coming into the practices, the games, and, you know, people were interviewing me and just asking me a lot of questions, agents and stuff. So, I mean, yeah, it was a part of the process, but it is what it is.
Another part of the process, somebody's going to draft you. You don't have a choice as to where you're going to go. And I know we were talking, you grew up a little bit of a Pistons fan. Lakers are certainly one of your favorite teams as well. How do you divorce yourself from being a fan of basketball to this next step where you're going to be an employee of basketball?
It's kind of like what I did with the college scene, you know, like in high school and in middle school and growing up, just being a college basketball fan. You know, you end up going you end up playing against one of the teams that you were a fan of. So it's just basketball at the end of the day, being a competitor and just trying to be the best you on the floor, just win, honestly. So.
Last couple of weeks, you've been going all around the country, working out, part of the combine in Chicago, visiting teams. What has been the strangest part of that process for you?
Honestly, I say this all the flying. I ain't never flew that much back-to-back in my life, so it kind of took a toll. It takes a toll on your body a little bit. You got to stay hydrated and stuff, but yeah, that probably was the main one.
What's the weirdest question a team's asked you?
One team had asked me, like, who would you be, Batman, Superman, or Spider-Man? And I said Batman because I respect him the most because he's a human. You know, he just can fight and got a lot of gadgets and money. So I respect him more for fighting supervillains and all that. And he ain't really got a superpower, so I just give him props for that. Kudos.
And of the three, Batman's the only one who has a teammate, and going to the NBA, you got to have teammates too.
Yeah, facts. You can't do it by yourself, man.
Who do you compare yourself to in the NBA?
CJ McCollum is the main guy. Devin Booker is another one too. Just guys that can create for themselves and create for others. You know, just can score on three level scores.
What has been your motivation to play basketball throughout your life?
It's my family, honestly. My mom, dad, brother. I got a big outside family. So just everybody that supported me and showed me love through this journey, and just, you know, had hope in me to do what I'm doing now. So just prove it to them that I am who I think I am, and just, you know, being a successful person.
All right, thank you very much, Ryan Rollins. He will be drafted at some point on a Thursday as we eagerly await to hear his new NBA home.